Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the forests of Calmsden Farm and welcome back to the Tenant Farmer. My name is David and we are coming back down to our field of sunflowers that we've finished. And we're going to take the combine back to the yard, get that out of the way for now. It's parked over the corner of the field because that is where we finished after dropping off the header for the hire company to come pick up, which they very graciously did so. This is what we left. It's not quite as much as I first thought we were going to leave. It's probably about 5 acres-ish. Originally it was going to be about 6, sorry, but it's probably about 4.5, 5. But that is going to be left to wilt away, and eventually that is going to become, well, it kind of already is, wild bird seed for all of the winter nesting birds. So we're going to leave that there for them, really. I think that'll be a nice little touch, and also, you know, we did okay. This part of the field, whatever we grow here, because it's so close to the trees, doesn't ever really yield too well. I'm not too concerned, and we did okay off the other bits and pieces as well, but as far as like a break crop goes, this has been quite good. So what we're going to do with this field is a few different things really, but first of all, we're going to take the combine back, and then a few things to look at around the yard, and we'll get ourselves going with one of our main events for the day, which should be quite interesting, and we'll get ourselves going there. This is probably just going to have we knocked the chopper down there last night just so we could dust out and blow out all of the dust from inside there, but not much is going to happen to this now. It's going to be put away. A lot of the dust has been blown off with a leaf blower anyway, so we should be pretty good. What we'll end up doing here is just parking this in the shed out of the way and leaving it be for now. I think that should be the best way to go. Nice to get the old girl out, but also it's nice to get it put away so we can forget about harvest for now, get focusing on the rest of the cultivation work. I want to try and get some more winter barley in the ground soon. And then at least one more field done before we can kind of forget about it really, so we'll have to see how we get on with that. But with that being said, we will just get this tucked away. We're going to take it through the woods today again, which would be pretty cool. It's always nice to do. And it's just a bit easier than winding this big thing up the road, but we do need to get a bit square onto it and stop cracking into that gate so much. Perfect, that way I guess. I mean, it's a bit tight, but we'll get through. Easy does it. Alright, we're through. Perfect. Take our time to avoid those branches. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be spending a bit of day carting muck today, which would be good. With a lot to get moved out from the beef cattle shed, so we'll get on with that. It's going to go onto our stubble ground where we'll be using up there. The yard has stayed pretty dry so far. It's only been a few days since we last recorded though, so not much has happened. Haven't really looked at all the construction equipment's disappeared though, which is fantastic news. Very happy about that, and I'm hoping that will be us all good. Well, what we are going to do though is just stick this straight into the shed, I think, or at least into the wash bay out of the way. Everything's been fed up this morning there. We got a good start on it, and I'm hoping that we'll be able just to get a good run at carting this muck out. So I do need to hire in a spreader of some sort so we can actually get the spread. We'll look to do that in the next few, well, it's probably going to be in January actually, but by the time we come to get that actually applied, so give it a bit of time to heat up in the heat. Should be great, and we'll see how it goes from there. Now we'll do is just stop here. There's our new subsoil. Again, another to-do list there is to actually get that into some use, which should be good. Right, so we're going into there. Well, I think we're going to do for now is just stick it there out of the way. Too much going on in this yard at the moment to worry about anything else. So I'll happily just stick it there for now. Run that side. Don't miss the tractor that's just there. Excellent stuff. And she's hot. Fantastic. So yeah, like I say, dairy here, they're doing very well. They're really starting to kick along. Actually starting to see a good amount of milk production there, which is fantastic. The pigs are also flying. They're really settled in, actually. I was told to expect a little bit of an uncertain period when they were really trying to find their own. Because we recently updated our quantity, so that they've kind of settled themselves in there, and they're looking pretty good for it as well, which is fantastic. I'm going to show you what they're looking like. Now this is the field that we're going to be using the flat lift in. See all these patches around here? We're going to get this all lifted through at some stage, and then when that's done, we'll look to reseed this actually. So I don't know if we'll get it reseeded before the end of the year. Nothing's going to be on here between now and then anyway, so it could be a good job for the spring. But the piggies are looking very, very happy indeed. Quite fat as well, that one. Fantastic to see. Feeding, looking very, very happy indeed. So we'll leave them to do their bits and pieces. So anyway, let's get ourselves ready to go. The 5470 is all parked up, ready to go this morning. And that shall be our chariot. Very happy to have got the harvest done. So now we don't have to worry about washing out the trailer at all. In between loads. So we're going to be sticking some muck into there, but that's all looking good. We do have a little bit of stone left over from our escapades with the yard. And we'll see, but it's coming together really well, or I thought it's coming together very, very well indeed. If I show you, so hop over here. You know, it's a lot cleaner, it's a lot more compacted as well, so it's sturdy, it's stable, which is fantastic for what we want to see. So I am very, very happy with how that's turned out. What we'll do now though is jump on in. We already got the muck grab on the front. Let's lift that up there, and we are all good to go. Perfect. Feed is looking nice and clean as well, which is what you love to see. That everything's been worked through on it as well. So I'm very, very happy with where we are with our machines right now. In all transparency as well, we did actually really quite well with the income for the sunflowers. So what I think we'll do is look to invest some of that into the little plot that we have here that we're going to start to work on in advance a little bit. Quite how that's going to come together yet, I don't know. We're still planning that out. I think it'd be nice to get a little bit of an extra bit of diversification in. Alright. What I haven't done with this though, despite hooking it up, is actually hook up my pipes. So let's go and do that. That's going to make the grab work a little bit better. There you are. Perfect. So this all just gets scraped out from the pen where the beef cattle are being held. All these bales have been down for a while, so they're probably good to actually be cut open at some point when we need to. We're not going to do that anytime soon though, but that will be our next step. We also need to pick up some more mineral feed. We're going to try and get a bit more of a rationing going for the cattle here, get a bit of all-round beneficial ration for them. So we'll have to look into that one and get a little bit more work done, because they have been, for the summer at least, have been on a lot more grass and hay, and that's done them quite well. But we need to start finishing off the beef cattle particularly, and get a little bit more of a better finish and a bit more weight to them as well. So that's going to be something to look at. And up we go. Take this load here. Fantastic. Excellent stuff. Anyway, so yeah, this is the plan for most of the morning, at least I would think. Got a couple of loads of this taken away. There's probably going to be a good 3 or 4 loads here, I would imagine. And we'll see how that goes. To get into the field there, start to get a bit of a pile going, and we can build it up from there. And hopefully, like I say, we'll be spreading it into some stubble ground before we get going with the spring drilling campaign. And we'll see how that looks. The aim for us as a farm for this next 12 months really is to work on establishing our crops for as little artificial inputs from a fertilizer standpoint as possible. So wherever we can look to minimize our inputs, that's exactly going to be what we'll look to do there. So it's going to be a challenge for sure. A lot of work to do with it, but we'll figure it out. We always do, and it's going to be a nice opportunity for us to do a bit of a dive into that, I think. So we'll keep you along for the ride there, let you know how it goes as always. If you have any experience in this, do let us know as well. I'd love to hear about it and see what worked for you and what you've tried. Okay. Well, the thought often crosses my mind as well about maybe just getting a contractor in with a big loading shovel and a big spreader to come and spread this for us. If anything, just because it would make the loading of it that little bit faster. Now, if it might come to that, we'll see. But we'll have to see what we're looking like for time. See if Roger can come back in again as well and help us out there. That'll be pretty cool. What we'll do is that we'll get this one loaded up and then we'll take you for a drive as we go and cart this away. See where we're going to tip it. See what the next steps are, really. Alright, that'll just about do for load number 1 at least. We'll get this load taken away. And let's see how we get on with this, shall we? We're going to try and cut through a field because it's traveling pretty well. And we might as well make the most of that whilst we can, I find. So off we go. Do love this time of year around here. All of these trees, this look absolutely fantastic. They really, really do. We're just going to creep our way down here. If we can, we want to try and go out this way because it means we're not going to make such a mess. There we go. I can always come back along the road there. I don't mind that at all because we're not carting muck along the road that way. Alright. Wish I had some more sheep around to graze on here. That would be pretty ideal. All good grass left there. Just take our time down here. Ooh, may have found a bit of a softer bit. Ooh, I did as well. There we go. Good heavens. Anyway, we're flying through. So we're going to actually drop this in the field, the first field that we harvested. That's going to be the bigger field that needs the most of our attention. This field, because we're probably going to put a cover crop into here actually over the next few weeks. So this one's going to be fine. We can absolutely leave this be. But yeah, I would like to get that other field done and dusted, ready to go. So we'll see how we get on with that, really. Ooh, didn't like that gear change either. Let's just stick in what we know, I think. Take our time up here. There is, of course, a longer way around we could go, but we're not going to focus too much on taking the stone track all the way that way. If we, worst case scenario, if this is not passable too much, which, you know, it's getting better, we might have to stay in the one gear here, I think, and just ride the momentum. Making the massive bark, though, that's what you love to hear. I'm going to be fascinated to see. We might see if we can get someone to come out and have a look, see just what birds are actually feasting on here. There's usually going to be a lot of game pheasants that will be feeding off here, which is great. I want to see if we get anything else as well. The pheasants take a lot more advantage of it when the heads start to drop on the floor. But yeah, we will very much see. Need to get the estate to come, and we actually have to lock up some of these gates around here. The gates that are onto my land that I don't need. But back onto a neighbour's land, we actually have to padlock them up there to stop trespassers coming through from the main road and trying to hair course on the fields there, amongst other things. So we have to be a bit more careful with that. Very sad and tragic, but that's the way of the world these days, it does seem. Whoa, come on, girl. All right, we are flying. There you go. So Where we're probably going to tip this is somewhere just along the edge here. About here looks good enough. Let's just take a little bit off. There's going to be quite a few loads coming out here by the time we're finished, all being well, so we need to be prepared for that. All about to do here, I think. And then we are going to stick a few more loads here now and just see how we get on, and then we'll come back to you with a bit of an update and see how the progress is coming along, actually. All right, then that is load number 2 in the books. Second time round, we decided not to come back through the field loaded. Went back along the road. We still cut through the forest there, but we went along the main road, make it a little bit easier. So this time we're going to go back through here, and we'll see how we get on the second time around. And we're going to just book it along this bottom end here. Try and stay roughly in the same place again. Just trying to keep compaction in mind here where possible. Excellent stuff. And that is going to be that, really. Busy little day for us here, trying to crack along and get as much done as we can. Shouldn't take us much longer. There's maybe about 3 or 4 loads left there for the day. And we'll see. Hopefully we're going to get a bit more of this through the course of the next, I don't know, probably wherever we are now. I'd say we're going to see them inside for another 4 months, I'd say, depending upon how good or bad the weather is. So we'll make the most of that. And then, yeah, by springtime next year, we'll be able to see the big transformation in these fields as we really look to push them on a bit there. So I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing how this all comes along. Let me know how you're going on your farm, if you have any suggestions on what you've been doing there to increase your diversity. Because I'm always all ears for that one. We've got a few ideas in the mix as well, which we're looking forward to show you, starting with a bit more produce being made from there. And we'll see how that goes. Now this is going to be the trickier part. So the swing wide there. Great stuff. And then we'll get ourselves in to continue, I do think. And that will be all she wrote. Look at the sunlight bouncing off that massey. What a treat. And we're going to have to keep this open somehow. And then we'll be good to get this all done. We're going to leave this here, though, for now. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. This has been another update post-harvest, really. And before we really dive into the rest of our cultivations and a few bits and pieces done around and about the farm. Until next time, though, do stay safe. Enjoy what you're doing as always. I have been David. This has been the Tenant Farmer. If you have enjoyed and you've yet to do so, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more of the Simulation for the Nation, and we'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.